Current temperatures are in the 20s and the 30s. We're holding on to fog going widespread through the area. More about that in just a moment.
Right now, this morning, Americans being urged to leave the Middle East amid the ongoing war with Iran. And Governor Evers calling the legislature into special session. We'll tell you why and when. UW La Crosse students helping tell the story of the upper Mississippi River with this airboat. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. It is Wednesday, March 4th, just about 6 a.m. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We'll start by getting a check on our weather with meteorologist Art Jarrett. We were seeing some fog earlier. Is that still the case?
Yeah, it's still the case right now. 3 miles of visibility for La Crosse right now. You can see it right there by the river there, getting into it. That continues to billow in closer to the airport as well. So if you're coming in from that way, even on Alaska, holding on to some fog this early morning, please be careful out there and take your time. You're going to hold on to this kind of dissipating gradually as we go to the 7 o'clock hour. You're going to see it kind of thicken up a little bit, going right back into the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour. That's when it starts to move away. You're going to be seeing at least 8 miles of visibility going to the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour. You're holding on to some cloud cover coming in from Canada, bringing in some more snowfall, getting closer to us as we get into Minnesota as well. We'll also see rainfall down to the south coming up along the northern portions, or I should say down to the southern portions of the Midwest as you get into Ohio, Indiana, as well as working eastward to Pennsylvania. You'll get into some sunshine today. Well, wow, that just weird. My computer just chose to do something else right here. I'm going to try to back it up here. That was interesting. I'm going to send it right back to you, Alexandra, because I can't get this thing back anymore. Back to you.
All right, Art, thank you. We'll check back in with you shortly. Turning now to the breaking news. A source says that Israel struck the compound of a group set to choose Iran's new supreme leader. Iranian state media said the building was evacuated before the attack. That strike was one of many in the ongoing war, as Reed Binion reports.
A lot of different things here that need to happen in order to move people.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio on Tuesday addressing the issue of Americans stranded in the Middle East as the ongoing U.S.-Israeli war with Iran expands across the region.
It'll be a variety of methods: charter flights, military flights and transports, expanded commercial opportunities, and in some cases land routes that will allow them to go to neighboring countries.
The Trump administration facing criticism, including from some stranded Americans. President Donald Trump suggesting Tuesday there was no evacuation plan in place because the war unfolded too quickly. Officials are urging Americans to contact the State Department if they are stuck overseas and need help.
It all starts by knowing that where you are and how we can get a hold of you.
This comes amid continuing attacks on Iran and more retaliatory attacks by Iran on Israel and against countries throughout the Middle East, including a U.S. consulate in Dubai and an airbase in Qatar, where officials say an Iranian ballistic missile struck the largest U.S. military installation in the region. There were no casualties. Meanwhile, sources say the CIA is working to arm Kurdish forces who have operations along the Iraq-Iran border with the goal of sparking an uprising in Iran. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
And we'll take a live look at the Capitol now. Congress gearing up to vote on a war powers resolution that would require congressional approval for further military action in Iran. The Trump administration says so far 9,000 Americans have been able to make it out of the Middle East, but 1,500 still trying to get out. And you can stick with News 8 Now online and on air for continuing coverage of the U.S. attack on Iran. The U.S. military launching joint operations with Ecuador to target drug trafficking. U.S. Southern Command says both countries will take decisive action against designated terrorist organizations. At least 151 people have been killed in drug boat strikes in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific. And Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem questioned on Capitol Hill. Senators on both sides of the aisle pressed her about ICE's tactics. Noem refused to say whether the agents were at fault in the deaths of American citizens Renee Good and Alex Preddy. The hearing comes as parts of DHS are still shut down. They've been that way since February 14th, with the Democrats holding up funding while pushing for ICE reform.
Immigration enforcement, aviation security, disaster response, cybersecurity, and the protection of critical infrastructure are all being strained.
Noem testifies before the House Judiciary Committee today. Voters took to the polls in several states Tuesday for primary races. It is the start of the 2026 midterm cycle. Results are being closely watched for what they could signal. Bradley Blackburn is tracking the latest.
In Texas, a political showdown pitted candidates on the right and the left in the battle for a U.S. Senate seat. On the Republican side, Tuesday's results were so close, incumbent Senator John Cornyn will face State Attorney General Ken Paxton in a runoff election in May. Neither candidate cleared 50% of the vote, but the long-term powerful senator is being challenged by a more conservative candidate.
John Cornyn said he was concerned about a bunch of radicals who were going to show up to vote today. It looks like you all showed up.
I refuse to allow a flawed, self-centered, and shameless candidate like Ken Paxton risk everything we've worked so hard to build over these many years.
On the Democratic side, CBS News projects state lawmaker James Tallarico will win his primary battle against Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett.
Tonight, the people of our state gave this country a little bit of hope.
The two candidates have sharply different styles in how they take on Republicans. Crockett has yet to concede after some voters were turned away from polls in 2 Texas counties.
We're not going to have election results tonight, in my opinion, based upon what specifically is taking place in Dallas County.
Elsewhere, candidates close to President Trump held significant sway. In North Carolina, Trump ally and former GOP chair Michael Whatley won his primary and will face Roy Cooper, the state's former Democratic governor, in the general election. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Here in Wisconsin, Governor Evers is calling the legislature into special session to ban partisan gerrymandering. Evers signed the executive order yesterday, calling lawmakers back to the Capitol April 14th. The goal, he says, is a constitutional amendment that would permanently keep politics out of the map drawing process. Evers says Wisconsin has fair maps now, but without a permanent process in place, future lawmakers could rig them again after the 2030 census.
If the legislature doesn't act now, our maps could go right back to being rigged, and Wisconsinites could go right back to living under some of the most undemocratic maps in America again.
Republicans have frequently ignored Evers' special session calls in the past, often gaveling out in seconds. A News 8 follow-up this morning. One plan stays in motion, another is on hold after meetings at La Crosse City Hall last night. The Common Council discussed a possible $2 million purchase of the Radisson Center on 2nd Street next to the La Crosse Center. But after an hour and a half, they did not end up making a decision.
We just want to make sure they have enough information and that we work with the current property owner to ensure that we make the best decision for the city.
The J&A committee unanimously recommended adopting that proposal to update the city's tobacco laws, enforcing the minimum age of 21 to purchase or possess nicotine products. Both issues expected to go before the full council next week. Some UW-La Crosse students are making waves on the Mississippi. They partnered with the Isaac Walton League to reach Hinchin Island by airboat and build a series of digital trail signs that visitors can scan with their phones to learn about the river's history, local wildlife, and barge traffic.
So we get to explore today, find something we're interested in, and then we're gonna make signs and let everyone else know about interesting stuff about Hinchin Island.
The project was made possible by a grant from the Isaac Walton League. If you prefer your history on foot, the La Crosse Public Library has a new space to explore that. The newly renovated archives and local history reading room is now open, part of a $3 million library upgrade. Visitors can dig into city records, maps, and county history.
Learn about the people, the interesting social and cultural history of things that have happened here can really educate and make you appreciate your own community more.
The room is open 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on weekdays and 9 to 1 on Saturdays. A man on a historic mission ran through Wisconsin yesterday. Noah Coughlin on his 5th and final run across America, a 5,500-mile journey to become only the 3rd person to cross all 50 states on foot. Yesterday, he was on Highway 12 heading toward Tomah.
When you see the country on foot, it's very intimate. It's very up close and personal as opposed to driving through or on a plane. And you go town to town, I start to realize that we actually have a lot more in common than we do apart.
Coughlin plans to finish his historic trek in Hawaii on July 4th. That will be on America's 250th birthday. Time now is 6:08. Still to come, your 401k likely had a good year. We'll crunch the numbers for you just ahead. And why your tax refund could also be bigger this year. Plus, scammers targeting your parents and grandparents. The losses are in the billions. What to tell your family just ahead.
Support local businesses by shopping at Bean Juice in Jackson Plaza. Start your day off right with fresh coffee, roasted in-house. Open since 2002, Bean Juice is a women-owned company. Enjoy a cup of comfort in a relaxed atmosphere for an elevated coffee experience. Shop local, shop Jackson Plaza.
Your home, a place of comfort and safety, could be trying to tell you something. Interior cracks, sloping floors, hard to open doors and windows are all signals of foundation failure that you can't ignore. At American Waterworks, we use modern techniques and warranted solutions to restore your peace of mind in your home. After all, your home's foundation issues won't get better with time, but it will with our proven solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
Better hearing is a better life.
The service at Better Hearing Center couldn't be better. I know I have called many times and they always say, well, come on in. The Audibel hearing aid that I have is remarkable. I don't have any feedback. I don't even know if I'm wearing them. I have to feel to make sure I put them on in the morning because they're so comfortable. I highly recommend Better Hearing Center.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main on Alaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise! DirecTV got hot. Hey, you know, I played in high school.
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps.
So hot.
Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
Are you ready to build your future? Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor is hiring and wants you to apply. The starting wage for laborers is up to $21 per hour with no experience necessary. We will train the right candidate. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
I'm a window and door lead foreman here at Asher Lasting Exteriors. It's nice to work for a company that's been around for 50 years. I enjoy coming to work every day. We have a good family culture here at Asher. I enjoy seeing the customers get excited about their new windows and doors. They seem to really like the product we install. I enjoy the job and I love what I do.
Support local businesses by shopping at Bean Juice in Jackson Plaza. Start your day off right with fresh coffee, roasted in-house. Open since 2002, Bean Juice is a women-owned company. Enjoy a cup of comfort in a relaxed atmosphere for an elevated coffee experience. Shop local, shop Jackson Plaza.
In your morning money news, some good news if you have a 401k. The average balance rose 11% last year, the third straight year of double-digit growth, according to Fidelity. Analysts credit consistent saving and strong market performance. The findings are based on nearly 25 million accounts. And this year, your tax refund could be larger for a couple of reasons. One is because Congress made a number of new and expanded tax breaks effective for tax year 2025. Also, most people did not adjust the tax withholding on their paychecks last year to account for the changes in those tax breaks.
Some people are getting larger child tax credits, lower tax brackets were extended. So for most people, there should be a little bit more in that tax refund this year.
Tax refunds are running more than 10% higher than last year, averaging $3,800 for the season. And drivers seeing the biggest one-day jump in gas prices since Hurricane Katrina in 2005. The national average jumping 11 cents Tuesday to $3.11 a gallon. The spike follows the strikes on Iran and the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, a key global oil route. Iran is also targeting oil infrastructure in neighboring U.S. allies. It is National Consumer Protection Week, and consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn is sharing how much money our consumer advocates returned to your pockets last month and some tips to keep your loved ones protected.
In February, Call for Action opened 57 new cases and returned almost $17,000 to consumers. Now, those numbers are up 14% from last year. 36% of all new Call for Action cases in February were consumer-like retail and warranty issues. The next largest category was home improvement or contractor. For National Consumer Protection Week, the tip we're sharing today is check in with your parents and grandparents about scams. Older adults are 3 times more likely to report six-figure losses, and nearly half of those who lost thousands say it started with a phone call. Adults 60 and up reported nearly $5 billion lost to scams in 2024. Government impersonation scams, fake romance, tech support, and grandkid in trouble calls are all popular scams. So make sure you and your loved ones are aware. A 5-minute conversation could save their savings. Call for Action also warns that people in their 20s are getting scammed more often. Their loss is just less.
So far this year, Call for Action has returned a total of more than $104,500. If you need help with consumer issues, just call this number here on your screen or visit channel3000.com/call-for-action. That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
All right, and away we go. Right now, holding on to that fog and low cloud activity. Temperatures also in the 20s and the low 30s currently. We have some mist out there right now, holding on to areas all the way into La Crosse. You're getting that in Menominee as well. You can see that out there right now with current conditions. 2 miles of visibility for them right now. 30 degrees feels like 29. You get into Onalaska, you're holding on to some mist and drizzle out there as well. Holding on to at least 5 miles of visibility. Holding on to the conditions there for 26 degrees currently. You're right back over to Toma. You're holding on to some 8-mile visibility there. So patchy fog for you, holding on to 23 degrees right now. Feels like 22 degrees. Right back out to La Crosse, as I mentioned before. They've got the fog mostly along the river, and that continues on. Winona, similar conditions. You can see it by the bridge there, and up in Onalaska, you can see it in the trees in the forest out there as well. We'll hold on to how this all shapes up as we get into a cloud cover starting to move in all the way up by Rusk County. We're seeing clearing skies gradually down to the south. Eventually, we get into some sunnier skies, but you're seeing more clouds coming towards Eau Claire as well. Take a wider view of what's happening. You're going to be seeing more moisture coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. You can see that continue on with a nice breeze coming off the Gulf. Works into Texas, and then from there goes right into Oklahoma and then into Kansas, and then works its way back up to the Midwest, continuing on, just kind of wrapping around an area of high pressure. And as that does, it's also going to usher in more rainfall coming in towards us as you get into St. Louis as well. You get that all the way into Cincinnati, Ohio, Indiana, and then, of course, it'll start to get farther northward in our region. We'll also find ourselves holding on to how this all shapes up with the forecast coming back again. Not much happening as well. It's quiet weather right now, but then as you get into it, we'll go all the way through today. You're going to be seeing at least by 4 o'clock, you're holding on to 40s and some 50s widespread. Some upper 30s mixed in there as well. Then you'll hold on all the way into Thursday, where you're going to be seeing temperatures widespread in the 30s in the early morning hours. And then eventually we'll pick up temperatures gradually going into the 8 o'clock hour. You'll see more upper 30s in the forecast. And then by the time we finish out by the afternoon, you're seeing those upper 30s to near 40 degrees. 40 degree temperatures pop in for your, for at least by the highs. By the time we get into it, you're going to be seeing temperatures mostly around those low 40s of the Deshoji, with rainfall cutting across the river and then continuing to move in. That goes all the way as we go into the 5 o'clock hour for Friday in the morning. Then that rainfall continues to bubble up. You see a mix of rain and snow, a little bit of ice associated with that as well, tracks up to the north. But then the bulk of that rainfall continues to track from the south, and then eventually starts to move in gradually as we go into the next few days. We'll hold on the highs for Wednesday, carrying over to this. You'll see mostly 50s in the forecast, giving way to the low to middle 50s. Highs for Thursday, widespread 40s in the forecast there. Rainfall possibilities coming in the forecast as well. Then you get into Friday's highs, you're going to be seeing more of the 50s, some 40s, and some 60s in the forecast there as well. You'll get into it with the severe weather potential as you get into Friday and Friday night. Friday night in the evening hours all the way into the nighttime, we could see some severe weather bubbling up from the south as well, getting towards Prairie du Chien as well, and then getting back into Vernon County and Crawford County. Holding on to that as we roll right into it. You're going to see the amounts of rainfall continue to bulk up, at least about 1.5 inches or less in the forecast. As you get down to areas by Prairie du Chien, about 1/2 inch or so for La Crosse, up to about 3/4 inch for Eau Claire, and you see the bulk of it going out towards areas right by Black River Falls, as well as portions of Winona, and then getting into areas by Boscobel as well, and all the way up into Wausau. We'll get into how this all shapes up for morning's fog. That gets out of the area by the time we get to the 10 o'clock hour. 50s widespread today, 40s mostly as we go into Thursday, holding on to the possibility of 20% chance of rainfall down to about a 30 to 40% chance down to the south along I-90 for Prairie du Chien. Then Then once you get into Friday, you're looking at, again, 100% chance of rainfall in the forecast, possible alert days, so severe weather potentials in there as well. Saturday, you have a 30% chance of rainfall turning into drier conditions on Sunday and Monday. Then we have more rain and snowfall coming in for Tuesday and Wednesday.
Thank you, Art. Your wake-up call this morning is from Flint, Michigan, the birthplace of General Motors. Sports is next. Stay with us.
Playoffs, that's right. Boys basketball postseason finally joins the fun as area teams were looking to keep their season alive. Highlights from a few games in the neighborhood last night. On the way in the Blitz.
It's time for the Holman Locker and Meat Market Hog Sale. Order a whole hog, half hog, or our pork bundle. Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
To everyone who values tradition, what does tradition mean to you?
Our family's been doing fish fry here for years.
At Culver's, we make our fish fry the way tradition deserves.
Hand battered right here in the restaurant.
Right here.
Right here.
The food here never disappoints.
And the best part, we get to sit and enjoy the company. Hey.
Helping you spend time with your family, it's what we're all about.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The easiest way to furnish your cabin is at Black River Furniture Outlet. Bring the outdoors in with a handmade dining table set, crafted from the finest woods like hickory, walnut, maple, and barnwood. Shop cozy Amish rockers and upholstery, or Wisconsin-made easy sofas with customizable fabrics. Pair it all with a cabin rug, 5x8s, 8x10s, scatters, and runners available. And before you leave, visit the bed shed. Check out our rustic bedroom groups and bunk beds, as well as our Amish office furniture. Open 7 days a week, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Password 1234.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is the job for sponsored jobs.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
Where's the best place for local fresh quality meat? The Holman Locker and Meat Market, of course. Now's the time to order your whole or half double smoked ham, prime rib, or smoked salmon for Easter. Don't forget the wine and cheese. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Taking you right inside the action, it's Friday Night Frenzy. Every Friday night at 10, right here on News 8.
News 8 Now, Sports.
Welcome into the Blitz. Well, the magic of March is now in full swing as last night some boys hoops teams across the state got their postseason journey started with regional quarterfinal action. Winners moving on to semifinals on Friday. Let's go to Toma. They're hosting Logan last night. Rangers came to play. Dio Leone with no hesitation from deep. He connects there. Then later in the half, Henry Bosch going to drive downhill, get the foul called, and would convert the three-point play. And the lead balloons to 11. But don't count out the home team yet. Owen Loudon from outside, you bet. Timberwolves cut the deficit to single digits. Then a skip pass finds Quinn Gerke, and he says, hand down, man down, rips the ropes and hits the three. He had 35 points in this one. Toma gets the 5-point win. They'll travel to face Fox Valley Lutheran on Friday. Battle of the Redbirds happening in Bangor last night. They began with some defense from the home side, leading to a steal and room service layup for Hayden Mossman on the other end. Then Cashton Kulig would start to heat up for the ES Cardinals. The step through goes glass for two right there, and then no hesitation on the three-point shot from the sophomore, and that is Cash like the first four letters of his name. He finished with 26 points, then seconds remaining in the first half. Shot going to be off the mark here from Bangor, but Brock Danes there for the putback. That's an important bucket as they go on to win by 2. They'll travel to face Regis on Friday. And in D3, Arcadia playing host to Wautoma. Needing to keep their season alive, the Rangers get a boost from sophomore Declan Gradzielewski, who steps up early, scoring his team's first 8 points, including some shots from deep. He finished with 40 points, including a school record 9 threes. Later, Max Blaszko Euro stepping his way to the cup to put his side up by 9, and the red and black would not look back, continuing to find open looks for easy buckets to put themselves in the driver's seat as they take this one 70-52, setting up a date with Altoona on Friday. And a good story on our website on the season the Onalaska boys have had so far as the top-seeded Hilltoppers have state tournament aspirations. That's all for the Blitz. See you back here tonight.
Sleep first class on a Beautyrest Black mattress set from Home Sleep Express. And pay no interest for 5 years. Plus, get a free adjustable base with a Beautyrest Black mattress purchase. Luxury meets innovation with Beautyrest Black at Home Sleep Express.
Some days, everything goes your way. This is not one of those days. Good thing the Gator XUV can navigate rugged terrain and haul whatever the day demands. Because when work happens, you've got a Gator for that. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday.
Conquer every task on your list. Visit Tractor Central. Take a seat and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
Get the lowest prices of the year during sales fair at Nelson Agri Center, Friday, March 13th through Saturday, March 21st. Get huge savings on Milwaukee Power Tools. Stock up on paint with our buy one, get one specials. We'll have deals on fencing, gates, seeds, and more for your farm. Plus, get an $8 store credit towards already low prices with the junk battery trade-in sale. Thousands of items will be on sale at the lowest prices of the year at Nelson Agri Center, downtown Viroqua.
I met my abuser when I was 10. He was my Sunday school teacher. At 18, I was pressured to marry him. Chris Taylor was the first person to stand up for me. She worked with both parties and with law enforcement to pass laws to protect survivors like me. Chris listened, and my abuser went to prison. On the Supreme Court, Judge Chris Taylor will continue to protect Wisconsin.
Judge Chris Taylor, protecting our rights, defending our freedoms.
It's time to nominate your favorite business for Best of La Crosse County. Make your nominations in each category now through March 9th. The top 5 in each category will move on to the final round. Go to bestoflacrossecounty.com.
Presented by River Valley Remodelers.
When you need shockingly good service, call Sparks Electric in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Guaranteed to call you back within 1 business day. Sparks Electric. Sparking confidence, powering peace of mind.
Better hearing is a better life.
The service at Better Hearing Center couldn't be better. I know I have called many times and they always say, well, come on in. The Audibel hearing aid that I have is remarkable. I don't have any feedback. I don't even know if I'm wearing them. I have to feel to make sure I put them on in the morning because they're so comfortable. I highly recommend Better Hearing Center.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main on Alaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
Get 2 rugs for the price of 1 during the BOGO rug sale at Homeworld Rugs. Mix and match with 30 different styles to redefine your home. Buy 1 rug at sale price and the second one is free. BOGO Rugs, going on now at Homeworld Rugs.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today.
Early morning fog with temperatures in the 20s and the low 30s. More about that coming for you in just a moment.
Right now this morning, Americans being urged to leave the Middle East amid the ongoing war with Iran. And Governor Evers calling the legislature into special session. We'll tell you why and when. UW-La Crosse students are helping tell the story of the Upper Mississippi River with an airboat. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. It is Wednesday, March 4th, just about 6:30. Hope your Wednesday is off to a good start. If it's not, we've got Art to put us in a better mood, I think, right?
Well,
you help us get in a better mood or a worse mood this morning, Art?
Well, you start out a little bit on the colder side right now, 20s, holding on to the low 30s. Then you're going to get into the fog. You can see that out there right now for just right by the river as you get into La Crosse. Holding on to the possibility of this, though. We get into that fog continuing on as we go right through the 7 o'clock hour. You're still seeing at least 5 to 2 miles of visibility out there right now. Dense fog is not a major issue for us or concern currently. It's all about the patchy fog that's still lingering as we go right into the 9 o'clock hour as well. 8 miles visibility for La Crosse. By the time we get in the 10 o'clock hour, you're looking at 9 miles visibility, and it has improved. We'll also find ourselves getting into this. Snowfall is starting to get a little bit closer from Canada as well, getting closer towards the northern tier of Minnesota as well as Wisconsin. You see rainfall down to the south going into Indiana as well as Ohio right now. Eau Claire, we have some sunshine as we finish out the fog with the cloudy skies giving way to the 10 o'clock hour. Partly cloudy skies. Sunshine will prevail to today, and that will stay through clearing skies through the overnight hours as well. Fog comes in for La Crosse. You're looking at least some sunshine as we go through the morning hours and mid-morning hours. Then by 10 o'clock, clouds come back again. You're looking at partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. We'll stay mostly sunny for the better part of the day. Temperatures will range from at least, about the 50s widespread in the forecast today, giving way to this. We'll roll right into your Friday and Friday night. Severe weather potential is on the way with the possibility of some heavy rainfall and thunderstorm activity coming in for the evening hours. We'll see rainfall all day, but you can see it's widespread, getting up to about an inch and a half or so, or less in the forecast. When I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this will all shape up for you, so please stick around.
Thank you, Art. A source says that Israel struck the compound of a group set to choose Iran's new supreme leader. Iranian state media said the building was evacuated before the attack. That strike was one of many in the ongoing war, as Reed Binion reports.
A lot of different things here that need to happen in order to move people.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio on Tuesday addressing the issue of Americans stranded in the Middle East as the ongoing U.S.-Israeli war with Iran expands across the region.
It'll be a variety of methods: charter flights, military flights and transports, expanded commercial opportunities, and in some cases land routes that will allow them to go to neighboring countries.
The Trump administration facing criticism, including from some stranded Americans. President Donald Trump suggesting Tuesday there was no evacuation plan in place because the war unfolded too quickly. Officials are urging Americans to contact the State Department if they are stuck overseas and need help.
It all starts by knowing that where you are and how we can get a hold of you.
This comes amid continuing attacks on Iran and more retaliatory attacks by Iran on Israel and against countries throughout the Middle East, including a U.S. consulate in Dubai and an airbase in Qatar, where officials say an Iranian ballistic missile struck the largest U.S. military installation in the region. There were no casualties. Meanwhile, sources say the CIA is working to arm Kurdish forces who have operations along the Iraq-Iran border with the goal of sparking an uprising in Iran. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
And now a live look at the Capitol. Congress is gearing up to vote on a war powers resolution that would require congressional approval for further military action against Iran. The Trump administration says so far 9,000 Americans have made it out of the Middle East. 1,500 are still looking for help. You can stay with News 8 now online and on air for continuing coverage of the U.S. attack on Iran. The U.S. military is launching joint operations with Ecuador to target drug trafficking. U.S. Southern Command says both countries will take decisive action against designated terrorist organizations. At least 151 people have been killed in drug boat strikes in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific. And Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was questioned on Capitol Hill. Senators from both parties pressing her about ICE's tactics. Noem refused to say whether agents were at fault in the deaths of American citizens Renee Good and Alex Preddy. The hearing comes as parts of DHS remain shut down since February 14th, with Democrats holding up funding while pushing for ICE reform.
Immigration enforcement, aviation security, disaster response, cybersecurity, and the protection of critical infrastructure are all being strained.
Noem will testify before the House Judiciary Committee today. And voters taking to the polls in several states Tuesday for primary races. It's the start of the 2026 midterm cycle. Results are being closely watched for what they could signal. Bradley Blackburn is tracking the latest.
In Texas, a political showdown pitted candidates on the right and the left in the battle for a U.S. Senate seat. On the Republican side, Tuesday's results were so close, incumbent Senator John Cornyn will face State Attorney General Ken Paxton in a runoff election in May. Neither candidate cleared 50% of the vote, but the long-term powerful senator is being challenged by a more conservative candidate.
John Cornyn said he was concerned about a bunch of radicals who were going to show up to vote today. It looks like you all showed up.
I refuse to allow a flawed, self-centered, and shameless candidate like Ken Paxton risk everything we've worked so hard to build over these many years.
On the Democratic side, CBS News projects state lawmaker James Tallarico will win his primary battle against Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett.
Tonight, the people of our state gave this country a little bit of hope.
The two candidates have sharply different styles in how they take on Republicans. Crockett has yet to concede after some voters were turned away from polls in 2 Texas counties.
We're not going to have election results tonight, in my opinion, based upon what specifically is taking place in Dallas County.
Elsewhere, candidates close to President Trump held significant sway. In North Carolina, Trump ally and former GOP chair Michael Whatley won his primary and will face Roy Cooper, the state's former Democratic governor, in the general election. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Here in Wisconsin, Governor Evers is calling the legislature into special session to ban partisan gerrymandering. Evers signed the executive order yesterday, calling lawmakers back to the Capitol on April 14th. The goal is a constitutional amendment that would permanently keep politics out of the map drawing process. Evers says Wisconsin has fair maps now, but without a permanent process in place, future lawmakers could rig them again after the 2030 census.
If the legislature doesn't act now, our maps could go right back to being rigged, and Wisconsinites could go right back to living under some of the most undemocratic maps in America again.
Republicans have frequently ignored Evers' special session calls in the past, often gaveling out in seconds. And a News 8 follow-up this morning, one plan stays in motion, another on hold after meetings at La Crosse City Hall last night. The Common Council discussed a possible $2 million purchase of the Radisson Center, but after an hour and a half, they did not make a decision.
We just want to make sure they have enough information and that we work with the current property owner to ensure that we make the best decision for the city.
The J&A committee unanimously recommended adopting that proposal to update the city's tobacco laws, enforcing the minimum age of 21 to purchase or possess nicotine. Both issues will go before the full council next week. Some UW La Crosse students are making waves on the Mississippi. They partnered with the Isaac Walton League to reach Hinton Island by airboat and build a series of digital trail signs visitors can scan with their phones to learn about the river's history, local wildlife, and barge traffic.
So we get to explore today, find something we're interested in, and then we're gonna make signs and let everyone else know about interesting stuff about Hinton Island.
The project was made possible by a grant from the Isaac Walton League. A man on a historic mission ran through Wisconsin yesterday. Noah Coughlin on his 5th and final run across America, a 5,500-mile journey to become only the 3rd person ever to cross all 50 states on foot. Yesterday, he was on Highway 12 heading toward Tomah.
When you see the country on foot, it's very intimate. It's very up close and personal, as opposed to driving through or on a plane. And you go town to town, I start to realize that we actually have a lot more in common than we do apart.
Coughlin plans to finish his historic trek in Hawaii on July 4th. One person is dead, another injured after a shooting at a Wisconsin hospital. No word yet on how the suspect got into the facility. The man who survived the incident is speaking out.
It doesn't hurt until I touch it.
Sharon Rencher walked into Aurora Sinai Sunday night with chest pains. He walked out a shooting victim.
What's the extent of your injury?
It's just a graze wound on my abdomen.
The 38-year-old Milwaukee native says he had just been discharged from the hospital and fell asleep in the ER lobby while waiting for a ride.
I was kind of sort of dozing off. I woke up out of my sleep with a graze wound, okay? And I woke up and I saw a guy laying there on the ground.
Rencher waking up to gunfire.
Can we get additional deputies and or Milwaukee to Sinai lobby? Got a man with a gun. Looks like one in custody.
The gunman grazing him and shooting a 40-year-old man. The medical examiner saying that man, Christopher Robinson Jr., later died at Froedtert Hospital. Robinson's family too distraught to talk Tuesday, but says Robinson was an organ donor. Rencher devastated by the update.
We did hear that, unfortunately, the other person did pass away today.
Oh, that's so sad, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that man and his family. Like I said, my heart goes out to him, you know what I'm saying? And you should never have to go through that, you know what I'm saying, in ER, because it's a place where people should feel safe.
Rencher says he did not recognize the shooter and does not know how he got into the lobby, but is grateful to be alive.
To be here, thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I'm still alive. Just maybe 2 or 3 inches over, and that thing could have went into my abdomen and killed me.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Alina is 8 years old, and she loves riding her bike, painting, making cookies, and her little sister.
Happy birthday to you, Alina. And Morgan is 8. She's a fashionista and hopes to be a rock star one day. She also loves helping with animals on the farm, especially the new lambs. That one right there, so cute.
All right, Mark is 88. He loves visiting with friends and family, especially his 8 grandkids.
Happy birthday to you, Mark. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 1880 or 88, we'd love to feature them.
Well, that's right. So upload their photos to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button in the Home tab on our website.
Wellness Within is a local event focused on whole person health. The organizers stop by live just ahead.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Transform your space with Mohawk Urban Forged tile. It combines a bold modern look and beautiful natural stone with slip-resistant technology. Get 12 by 24-inch Urban Forged tiles for a value of $3.99 each after rebate. Complete your tiling project with professional mortar and grout from Tech. Our grout is stain-proof and never needs to be sealed. Pick up a 7-pound bag for an $18.99 value after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
It's easier than ever to save more than ever during the Flex Steel Factory Authorized Sale, happening now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Right now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, you'll find exciting designs, stunning fabrics, and the best prices of the year. A savings of up to 40%. Sofas, sectionals, recliners, even luxurious leather. The possibilities are endless. Plus, there's even special financing on all Flex Steel furniture. Unlimited choices, special financing, and the best prices of the year. Now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
When is Westby Creamery cottage cheese more than cottage cheese? When you turn it into a rich, creamy, high-protein frozen treat or irresistible high-protein donut hole bites. When is Westby Creamery French onion dip for more than potato chips? When it becomes not grandma's potato salad or flaky, savory French onion puff pastry rolls. There are so many fresh ideas waiting for your next get-together or those days you just need something quick and easy. For more recipes and inspiration, visit westbycreamery.com and click on the Recipes tab.
We're roasting 500,000 pounds of coffee a year, and we employ 85 people. But these tariffs are crushing us. And you're looking at $100,000 in tariffs right here. That's on top of all of our other supplies getting more expensive. We've had no choice but to raise prices. Congressman Derek Van Orden voted to support the tariffs, and he called them a success. It doesn't feel like success to me. All I see are higher prices. We need to tell Derek Van Orden, stop raising our costs.
I'm Tanya with Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks in Winona, Minnesota. Is your muffler loud or falling apart? Well, I'm here to let you know we have expanded our services with our new exhaust vendor. We can custom form exhaust to meet your needs. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
Is your band ready to take off? It's time to Rock Onsen, a first-of-its-kind garage band competition for 7th to 12th grade Wisconsin students. Youth Garage Bands rock in Wisconsin. Put your licks and lyrics to the test and record a video of your best song. Then submit it at rockonsen.org along with your application. Registration is free. The top 10 garage bands statewide will compete at the state finals on the Summerfest stage. Apply now at rockonsen.org. Rock Onsen, Wisconsin.
Well, good morning to you. We're looking at current temperatures in the 20s and the 30s there, holding on to those low 30s right now up to about 33 degrees. We'll get into the fog that's out there, though. That's a huge difference. Look at that, Menominee. Wow. That still continues to hold on. There's zero visibility out there. That means dense fog for you in areas by Menominee. You get into the folks that are on the roads right now, so take it slow. That truck was going pretty fast. Holding on to Alaska, you're looking at 5 miles of visibility here, so patchy fog here for you. And of course, you're looking at 26 degrees. We go into near Toma, we're looking at 23 degrees out here as well. A little bit of fog out there right now. And then whatever that is on the lens there, that's something new that wasn't there earlier. We may see something coming into the forecast. We've had some mist this early morning as well. La Crosse has some mist out there currently. You have the fog out there by the river. You're getting to Winona, calm conditions out there, but fog is still holding on there. You get up to Eau Claire, light winds out there right now. A little bit of patchy fog out there for you too. And of course, it's 26 degrees. We'll hold on how this all shapes up with the cloud cover starting to move in up by Rusk County. We're seeing overcast conditions there, but for everybody else, we've got some mostly cloudy skies and cloudier skies right now, but we'll give way to rainfall coming in off the Pacific, working up into Canada as well. We're then working up from the south. You see from the Gulf of Mexico, we had some pretty much some rainfall moving in from there, and that continues to get shuttled up all the way up to the Midwest here, getting into Indiana as well as Illinois, right into areas by Ohio as well. That's going to get closer to us as we go through the next couple of days. Holding on to this as we roll right through the day. You're going to hold on to those temperatures in the 30s as we roll through the morning. By the time we get in the afternoon and evening hours, you're looking at 40s and 50s. Then it gets to break down gradually. We start to cool you back down to the 30s. Thursday in the morning, you're looking at mostly your lows for the 30s. So that's a little bit on the comfortable side. Normally at this time of year, we're around, say, the middle 30s to upper 30s in the forecast. Holding on to at least as you get in the 9 o'clock hour for Thursday, rainfall starts to bubble up, but mostly it tries to go towards Prairie du Chien, but tracks all the way out towards Madison and then out towards the lake. As that happens, we'll also find ourselves getting into this. More snowfall trying to get back into the forecast by 2:30 in the morning for Friday. Then it starts to get into light to moderate showers popping in as we go right into the 5 o'clock hour in the morning. 5:30, you can see that continuing on all the way back in with more rainfall cutting back in by the 9 o'clock hour, coming up from the south, working up mostly down to the south, light to moderate showers potentially with more showers on the way as we go in the 5 o'clock hour to finish out the day as well. So that continues on with more snowfall and rainfall up to the north, but you're looking at heavy rainfall potential as we go into the 9 o'clock hour for thunderstorm activity. Not out of the question. That could be possibly it. Black River Falls all the way to Sparta, right back down to Viroqua and getting down into Crawford County as well to finish out there. You're seeing for La Crosse, you've got some shower potential coming in, but you're also seeing the rainfall and snowfall mix getting closer up there. You see it on the northern tier of the snowfall for Wisconsin, but you're seeing mostly rainfall. Moderate rainfall continues on all the way as we go through Saturday morning with the potential for rain and snow up to the north there, and then snowfall starts to work its way down gradually as we go right into the 10 o'clock hour in the morning. Highs for Wednesday, 50s, widespread. You can see that again as well. Holding on to highs for Thursday, where you're looking at least 40s. Pretty much widespread, maybe a couple of upper 30s in there as well, but for right now, that'll back off. Holding on to Friday's highs, you're seeing 40s pretty much to the 60-degree mark, probably around 61, 62 degrees. Then that rainfall turning into snowfall and possibly, again, heavy rainfall in the forecast as well. Possibility of low tornadoes, it's a low chance of that happening. We're also seeing a low chance of that getting into areas of flooding as well. We're also finding ourselves with large hail, possibly as into that, getting into high winds as well. As we finish out going into the next few days, we're going to be getting into some rainfall. The amounts you can see up to about 1.5 inches or less in the forecast, and that continues to go widespread. We'll also find ourselves getting into this rain and snow possibly as we get into the forecast. You see it brushing the northern tier of Wisconsin as well as Minnesota. That continues on as we roll right through it for Friday and Saturday rainfall, getting into the forecast, holding on to the possibility is this. We roll right back into it over the next few days. You'll get into a chance of some shower activity on the way. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. New this morning, wellness means something different to everyone, and a new La Crosse event is trying to cover all of it. We're joined this morning by the organizers of Wellness Within to learn more. Good morning, ladies. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what Wellness Within is and what people can expect walking through the doors.
Sure. Wellness Within is a new event we are hosting in downtown La Crosse this Saturday, March 7th at the Cargill Room. It's a one-day experience where people from the community can come and visit with other practitioners and get that one-on-one connection, learn about what services are available in our area, and walk away with a different approach to wellness, whatever that might be for them.
Okay, interesting.
And what type of experience will that usually be? Or what type of encounters do you usually have come across with that?
Sure. Walking through the door, they'll be greeted by 17 different vendors at the marketplace. They'll be able to talk to people from different topics, from massage to chiropractic to great different options for healthy living. Again, whatever that might mean for them. Okay. But able to have that one-on-one conversation, maybe have a little bit of an adjustment done by a chiropractor, maybe feel some hands-on massage, or just have a great conversation with somebody on a topic they've never learned about before.
All right, and so you mentioned the wellness marketplace. So tell us, and you did mention who's going to be there. Just tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. We've got 17 different businesses that will be there. Angie with Living Simply Well from Holman will be one of the vendors that is partnered with us. We also have Brad with Synergy Wellness Centers. He'll be there showcasing massage, PEMF, halo therapy, and some of those other trending words that you might be hearing now.
Okay.
We've got Cooley Health that will be talking about not only just chiropractic care, but specific women's health and how to care for that in the world of chiropractic and what that means, as well as a number of different vendors such as Kaleidoscope Apothecary from Onalaska will be there, showcasing some of their fun crystals and plants and maybe metaphysical wellness items. We also have Impact Nutrition from La Crescent will be there showcasing some of their fun teas and shakes for people.
Okay, so you've got the full gamut.
One end to the other. Yes,
Great.
exactly.
So this is designed to be accessible. So what does the cost of that look like?
We are free this weekend.
Oh, okay.
There is no cost to attend. We just want people to be able to come and connect with the different businesses that are going to be showcasing their products and services.
Okay, and any pre-registration or tickets, or can you just show up?
You can just show up 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday.
Okay, great. And as a vendor, what made you want to get involved with this?
As a strong supporter of wellness, wellness from within is a perfect title for the work that we do, recognizing the divine within each and every one of us. There's an individuality that needs to be met where our hearts are drawn. And so this is a really great opportunity to step in and meet with people that you can connect with and really see what resonates for you in your own wellness journey.
Okay, very cool. It sounds like there'll be a large group of people and different things to connect with.
Yes.
Okay, and so what do you hope people take away if they do choose to attend?
I hope somebody walks away with just a different spark inside of them as to what can take them forward on this path. Could it be just a simple conversation with somebody about their human design, or could it be literally putting together a plan with a chiropractor as to help you walk better in the future? So there's so many different things that wellness can mean to each person as they walk in the door. So I just hope that they walk away with something new inside of them that sparks a little bit of interest.
Okay.
And we've got so many great vendors, so many great businesses, so many great businesses in our area here that offer so many different forms of wellness. So it's a great opportunity to get into a location and have that one-on-one conversation with people right here in downtown La Crosse.
Yeah, great. All right, that sounds like it. Well, thank you ladies for being here to share it with us.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, tired of paying big money to see your favorite artists live? Well, Live Nation and Ticketmaster are on trial, accused of monopolizing the ticket market and driving up prices. We'll explain how this landmark case could have a big impact on how you buy tickets. Plus, celebrity food critic Padma Lakshmi will be in studio to dish on her new CBS culinary competition series. It is so good. Also, actor Hillary Burton Morgan is here. She'll tell us about the new season of her docuseries that shines a light on overlooked murder cases in small American towns. And we will share an exclusive preview of tonight's episode of Survivor. All that's coming up at 7.
Support local businesses by shopping at A1 Vacuum Sales and Service in Jackson Plaza. Make cleaning a breeze with great service and high-quality vacuums. Discover the perfect vacuum for your unique lifestyle. Shop local. Shop Jackson Plaza.
At Taco John's, we're serving a higher standard of flavor with seasoned meats, freshly fried shells, and always hot potato olays. That's what we call West Mex. Stuffed grilled tacos are now cheesier and crunchier. Try 2 new flavors for a limited time at Taco John's.
Do the plans for your new home include a fireplace? Is your builder using La Crosse Fireplace Company? Our showroom has over 70 units on display to help inspire you. We'll design more than just your Heat and Glow fireplace. We'll help you pick the perfect stone, mantle, and hearth, making your Heat and Glow fireplace the focal point of your new home. Visit our showroom today or call us for your free estimate. La Crosse Fireplace Company, Mormon Coulee Road, because your place is by the fire.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers. So switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And now switch to T-Mobile and get free phones for $0 down. Plus 4 lines for only $25 per month per line.
Better service, better price, win-win.
When a migraine strikes and I've taken a trip down, side effects like dizziness can throw me off. Ugh, migraine again. Ubrelvy works differently. It keeps me in rhythm, quickly stopping migraine pain within 2 hours. And some have pain relief that lasts all day. So I can handle whatever the day may throw at me. Don't take if allergic or with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Report increased blood pressure or color changes, pain, or numbness in fingers or toes. Get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, which may occur days after use. Ask your doctor how you can stop migraine attacks and stay in rhythm with Ubrelvy.
Support local businesses by shopping at A1 Vacuum Sales and Service in Jackson Plaza. Make cleaning a breeze with great service and high-quality vacuums. Discover the perfect vacuum for your unique lifestyle. Shop local. Shop Jackson Plaza.
In the TV business, when referring to what's next, we call it a tease. And no one teases local sports better than Ken Kozorowski.
Coming up next in sports, get ready to grapple. The Bucks, Badgers, a battle on the hardwood. Live to fight another day. It's back. The News 8 play of the week. Conference clashes.
And no one covers sports better than Jacob Lenzendorf. The better sports option. News 8 Now Sports. Every weeknight at 6 and 10.
Welcome back at 6:53. Time for your morning news now. The Pentagon says nearly 2,000 targets have been hit since the U.S. and Israel launched strikes against Iran. Iran also continues to retaliate with a drone strike near the U.S. consulate in Dubai. CIA sites were hit in Iraq and Saudi Arabia. President Trump gave this explanation for his decision to strike Iran while hosting the German chancellor.
We were having negotiations with these lunatics, and it was my opinion that they were going to attack first.
A CBS poll shows a majority of Americans say the White House has not clearly explained its goals in Iran, with 56% of Americans opposing the foreign strikes. And the U.S. military now working with Ecuador to target drug traffickers in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific. U.S. Southern Command says both countries will take decisive action. At least 151 people have already been killed in drug boat strikes in the region. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem facing tough questions on Capitol Hill. Senators from both parties pressing her on ICE tactics and the deaths of 2 American citizens.
Immigration enforcement, aviation security, disaster response, cybersecurity, and the protection of critical infrastructure are all being strained.
Noem testifies before the House Judiciary Committee today. Governor Evers is calling lawmakers back to the Capitol to ban partisan gerrymandering for good. Evers signed the order yesterday, setting a special session for April 14th.
If the legislature doesn't act now, our maps could go right back to being rigged, and Wisconsinites could go right back to living under some of the most undemocratic maps in America again.
Republicans have frequently ignored Evers' special session calls in the past, often gaveling out in just seconds. The World Championship Cheese Contest is underway right here, of course, in Wisconsin. More than 3,000 cheeses from around the world are being judged. You can attend for free with samples, judging demos, and a front row seat to the action. The new world champ will be crowned tomorrow. All right, we'll have to wait and see who it is, Art.
Oh, that sounds, I know who I'd choose. We get right back into it here, holding on to dense fog advisory that goes until 10 a.m. this morning. Then we also have up by areas by Menominee all the way up to Green Bay. You have the possibility of some slippery roadways due to the possibility of some slick road conditions with moisture getting down to the ground, some frost, some mist out there as well. So please be careful. We'll hold on to 50s, then the 40s tomorrow, and of course drier conditions possibly today, getting to Thursday with a little light rainfall, 20 to 30 to 40% chance going into the morning down south along I-90, and then severe weather potentially on Friday. Please be safe and have a wonderful day.
Okay, thank you for that, Art. Thank you for waking up with us. We will see you back here at noon.